P and Killer. Dropping heat like we should, up and coming like morning wood and something good. Kicking the real to those that wanna rock with us. No slowing down and it ain't no stopping us. We've been rocking over 2 years long. The best podcast, best intro song. Forget the facts, opinions, we got those. And we make them run loose like a snot nose. It's bootleg, ain't nothing fake about it either. So sit back and watch, go grab a slice of pizza. But we prefer the subs, so hit the red button and you'll be notified when we said something. Hit the thumbs up, share it with your folks. Make sure to leave a comment, give your thoughts on our quotes. This ain't for the Ralph Tresvant crowd. You offended, wanna exit? Then you can now. It's Bootleg Cable Podcast. It's Bootleg Cable Podcast. It's Bootleg Cable
man. What's
Podcast.
going on, people? It's your boy Killer Cal.
Cable
What's
Podcast.
good? What's good? It's your boy P Double.
Yeah, man, we back on this thing, man. It's Bootleg Cable Podcast.
Yeah, episode 135 on that ass.
I'm glad you said that because I completely forgot what episode it is, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know what I'm saying. I got you. You got me like that. You know what I'm saying. You know, wherever I lack, you pick up, man. That's how we run this tandem.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying. I feel that, man.
You know,
I fucks with that, man.
Things I think I say. You know
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But you know what I'm saying. How you feeling, man? How you out here feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I ain't tell you.
Nah, you ain't tell me nothing. Of course, you don't tell me nothing. You always wait till the podcast.
Gotta wait till the podcast, man. It's more interesting. You know what I mean?
Got a lot of podcast secrets, man. I feel like we don't have a relationship anymore. We only have this podcast relationship, bro. All right.
Hey, man.
I need more in this relationship.
You don't pick up your phone during the week, bro.
Saying, I need more from our relationship, bro.
You don't pick up the phone during the week.
Yeah, because it's still podcast shit then too. And then, you know. Yo, when we recording, like, nigga, how you doing? You alright? Yeah, I'm alright too, nigga. Like, regular shit goes on too, my nigga.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, man.
Fuck all the regular shit, man.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, man? What's new? What's exciting, man?
It's official. You know what I'm saying? I got an offer and I accepted it.
Okay.
You know
Congratulations.
So your boy is officially back in the workforce. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Starting November 4th. So you know what I mean? If y'all have me in your prayers and your thoughts and all that shit, I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what's up, man. Now, Dub, man, I'm gonna have a serious conversation with you since you want to hit me with this type of information on the podcast. Let me present these questions to you on the podcast.
Let's do it.
Do you think it's your employers or is you, man? Cause you have,
okay.
As long as I know you, a history of just. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what? It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. So right. in this situation that I was in recently, it was me. Mm-hmm. I fucked up on the job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up too many times.
Yeah.
So I respect it. You know what I mean? It wasn't a situation. I do respect it, and at the same time I don't respect it because I feel like as an employer, sometimes you need to look at certain situations and say, "Yo, you know what I mean?
It's not so severe.
It's not so severe. It's not. I don't have to let this person go for this."
So and a little bit more training would work out for this person in this instance.
It wasn't for me. It wasn't even. It's not even a little bit more training.
But just the gesture of it would have probably been better.
Yeah, or you know what I mean.
Bit of route to take then.
It was different routes they could have took in this situation. So, but overall, it is me, man. It is me, and a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to admit that, and like I said to you,
I know. That's why I'm asking you straight up.
Yeah, and like I said to you when I said it to other people, I'm getting to the point in my life where I don't like working for people, man. I don't like taking direction. Mm-hmm. I don't even care if I'm wrong, bro. Like, just don't tell me what to do, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I don't like it.
Damn,
I don't like it. So
the crazy shit is I got people that work under me like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to.
Mm-hmm. No, I know, but no, not even on you, because I mean, like, you work in a different field, man. You're a different profession altogether, and you know what I'm saying, like, you got your degree, bro. So I'm not even like putting that on you, but I'm just saying, like, yo, there's people out there that just straight up don't like taking directions. You know what I'm saying, especially if the person is younger than them. Or, you know, they just don't like it. And then, you know what I'm saying, that puts the person giving the directions often in a compromising situation. Because, like, yo, man, look, I have to give directions in order to keep my job.
Of course.
And if you're not going to take it, then, you know, say, what now? Just because you know.
And you know what? I think a lot of that sometimes it comes with maturity.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, for me, I'm mature enough to be able to accept the directions and go along with it and all of that stuff. But again, I don't like it, but I'm trying to do things behind the scenes to put myself in a position where in the next couple of years I ain't got to take directions.
Listen, y'all got to share the hell out of this podcast because my dog, he's tired of working. He's tired of punching.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he don't punch the clock, but he's tired of, you know, waking up at a particular hour each morning.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And going to a particular destination.
Definitely. I hate that shit,
doing
bro.
all these tasks. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hate it. I hate it. I love my job. I love what I do. I just hate doing it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I hate doing it for somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I hate doing it, and like I talk to the wife and whatnot. I say to her, you know, I don't expect a big thank you every single time, and I appreciate you I don't expect that. You know what I mean? But from the job, sometimes it's like you don't get any kind of appreciation. It's just like, yo, I've been coming. I don't never call in. I don't never do this, and I make a mistake, and it's just like, oh, you made a mistake. But what about the times where I stayed late for 3 hours for your ass? What about the times where I came in on my days off? Right. What about all of that shit? Y'all disregard all of that, but you only see when a nigga fuck up. So
right, that's true, man. That's exactly how it goes, man.
But yeah, like I said, it's me, bro. It's definitely me.
Yeah, there's several jobs now.
Oh yeah. It's me, man. I'm getting down. Like I said, I'm getting down to the end where I can't do it for much longer, man. I can't.
I know, but I mean, like, when do you do a self-assessment and say, you know what I'm saying, am I gonna attempt to maintain the job, or it's just like you're still, you know?
Oh, I've been attempting to maintain the job.
I mean, not. I guess what I'm saying is, you haven't changed your mindset yet, right? And I'm not saying you should, right? Because you're looking to be independent out here.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking to start your own thing and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's what we're doing with this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And you know, most people would say if we're interested in pursuing this thing, man, we should probably just quit our jobs and do this full time.
Nah.
So you ain't at that level of equipment.
Nah.
So guys, guess what? You're getting dry information and uncommitted fucking commentary right now.
Nah. If that was the case and it was some revenue stream coming in off of this already, and
so you need to see the proof to move, or do you go full in on your dream, man? Just put it all on the wayside and, you know, go wholeheartedly to.
I think that I can go full in on my dream as far as the podcast situation goes while working for somebody else.
Oh, okay.
It's not a situation where I have to, you know what I mean, stop all income to pursue a podcast situation. Okay. So it's like even when we think about the whole podcast landscape, you had gave us the numbers a couple of podcasts ago that, you know, they got podcasts about knitting and this, that, and the third. Yeah. It's like one of those things where I think that when we first jumped off this whole bootleg cable podcast situation, I think that there was more space for what we're doing right now. I think now it's even less space. And I think that we got to be even more doper now than we were when we first started doing this whole podcast. Absolutely. Because now everybody I talk to,
he got a podcast.
Everybody I talk to, like, you know what I mean? You having conversations with people and they're like, you got almost 4,000 subscribers and and it's just like, we've been grinding for a little while now. Yeah. And I'm looking at it like, yo, that's it. But other people looking at it like, yo, y'all, what? How can I need to hit you up and let me know how I can start a podcast and that, like.
All right, man.
Some people be talking. I'll be like, man, I feel like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Well, come on here and be dope, man. You could pay us $100 to come on our episode and join us on the podcast.
Charge motherfuckers to come on here.
You could branch off into your own, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We let you some of our listeners a little bit.
pay you for this lesson.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. You good though, bro. You good. I mean, I know you're a good person. You know what I'm saying? You're a person of integrity, high integrity.
Definitely, man.
So, you know,
I try to maintain that, man.
Yeah, definitely. That's the same as anyone through life, man. So you're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Appreciate you acknowledging that, bro.
No problem, man.
Yeah, man.
Speak on the truth when you see it, bro.
How we gonna jump this thing off though, bro?
You tell me, man. What you got?
Oh man, I ain't even got the list in front of me, man.
Oh Lord. See, that's that dedication I'm talking about. See, if you quit your job, you'd have had a list.
Then I'd have known exactly what was going on, right?
Exactly, right.
I've been 1,000% prepared, man.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm gonna ask a question, and you know, answer. You always answer truthfully, so I ain't gonna say that. How do you stop yourself from outside temptation? And I'm gonna tell you the reasons why. I'm to give you a second to think about it.
Oh man.
So I'm you know what I mean? I've been doing a Lyft situation for a little bit now, and I picked up this passenger. Passenger happened to be mighty fly, bro.
Yeah.
Mighty fly. And from the conversation that I had inside the car, mighty single. You know what I'm saying? But obviously I'm a married man. And you know what I mean? That don't mean that I don't look or I don't see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Married man, you ain't blind or whatever the case is. But what do you think stops you
man,
from pulling the trigger?
My answer is not fun, bro. It's not the fun answer, bro. It's a simple of acknowledgement of who I am, where I'm at in life, and this ain't worth the time. This ain't worth the stress, bro. And that's the simple reason why I don't pull the trigger. I don't even go any further because I don't have the time for it.
Got you.
It's just that simple, bro.
Hey, that's respectable.
Boring, and it is what it is, but it's
respectable. That is definitely
because,
respectable, man.
I mean, I realize, you know what I'm saying? These days, it's I don't feel like it's getting a chick off the muscle is not as you know, when you're up there in age. It's not as easy as, you know.
Niggas, we over here talking like we in our 50s.
Nah, man. I mean, but yeah,
nigga, we still prime. You know that, right?
Nah, it ain't same prime, man. I could feel.
Listen,
you feel prime until you go talk to a 21-year-old, and you're like, oh, I ain't prime.
I mean, you know it's towards the end of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we tapering off right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It ain't. See, okay, so one of us acknowledged the truth, the other didn't. So, all right, that's what's happening right now. That's the cost of this
I'm not
debate.
acknowledging the truth,
no,
bro.
You're not.
I'm not acknowledging the truth.
You're not accepting it, nah.
Dude, I'm saying we tapering off, bro. It ain't like niggas is trash right now. We can still.
I mean, trash in accordance to what? So you thinking? I mean, what do you think a chick wants you for right now?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been in a relationship too long.
Oh,
bro.
so you one of them niggas? It's holding on to the hope, like. It's still hope. Like, it's out there. Love is out there. I know it. She's going to love me for me. She don't want nothing from me. She don't want my dollars, none of my time.
Okay, so what does a chick want?
You know what I'm saying?
Mind you, we mid-late 30s.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, okay, but, like, you know, if you were anywhere from about 18 to 25, right? It's almost acceptable for you not to know what you're doing with your life and have your life figured out. It almost is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You get a pat, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people might give you, like, you might want to get on track.
So when you
I'm saying for females, it's the same way. They give you
a
18 to 25 that pass.
True.
Where, you know, you can maybe be living with your mama, or you can be shacked. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But once you hit a certain age,
So
you know what I'm saying? You have to.
To answer your question, you said at this point, I think that a woman would want a man at our age.
Yeah.
For stability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't have stability because I have a wife at home.
Even though a nigga just got fired from the job.
Yeah.
I'm still stable though, bro.
You're still stable and you know how to live a stable life.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is that you know how to live a stable life within the structure of your marriage. You see what I'm saying?
True.
You're not in the situation where you're a single man out here, you know, living your stable piece.
Okay.
And, you know, somebody's might want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So you can't really necessarily. I don't feel like I could pull that off these days without bullshitting and lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and the wife separated now. I'm going straight home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell them lies. I can't tell them bullshits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, as soon as you tell a chick you married, then where's that going?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I don't bother with it, because if she is interested in because I'm married, because during my marriage, then I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying, what's in it for her? I gotta find out. You know what I'm saying, and what's this gonna cost me in the long run?
What if she just wants some peen in her life, bro?
She just wants some peen in her life?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Chicks will give peen to whoever they want to, man. I don't know. I might just it's my lucky day today. Am I that lucky?
Hey, man.
Is that how you feel?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know if we be feeling that lucky. I question everything, man. I'm very skeptical about things, man.
True.
So I gotta ask. I respect. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's in it for you, and what's in it for me? And that's how.
Is that a kid?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Niggas just getting violated, man. Just walking in my crib like that, man. Look at this nigga. He don't even know. Like, we talking, and he's not even acknowledging us. Yo,
right?
Fam. Damn.
Yo, a stray cat just walked up in here, and he just digging through like like it's his house.
Oh, for real, man.
Like, yo, this is my garage right here.
These felines is crazy. See, I tell you, right? You know, look through it and pick through it.
Oh, man. All right, so let's. I mean, we don't usually jump off with the sports topics or whatever, but King James. I've been seeing the memes, and they've been typing it King, Q-U-I-N-G type shit. LeBron James been going through a little. He been getting some heat coming his way.
Yeah.
And why he been getting heat coming his way?
Okay, so what's going on in Hong Kong right now? Currently in Hong Kong, up until 1997, British, they owned Hong Kong. Like,
the British
owned Hong Kong. So, you know, they
really,
Hong Kong was a part of theirs.
Okay.
So there was agreements in 1990 to, you know what I'm saying, in 1995 we're gonna hand this over to you. The process took over, and you know, says as of 1997, Hong Kong was handed back over to China. Okay. So it's that's why, you know, like China, you know, they call it the mainland, or the you know what I'm saying, the country of two countries.
Okay.
You know what I mean, one land, two countries, because basically Hong Kong, because of the, you know, the rules and everything that the British put there are different from what happens in the mainland in China.
Okay.
So in China, you know what I'm saying, like, you have situations where you know, if you're arrested for certain things, certain crimes, like let's say you're given life, you know, in jail, they don't even, like, life is death basically. So basically they just go ahead and chop you up, take your organs and sell them. You know what I'm saying? Really? Yeah. And then they'll have like shit like concentration camps where they just take people and, you know what I'm saying, if you speak against the government or whatever, they just snatch people up and put them off in like a tent farm somewhere. Nobody knows.
In 2019.
In 2019. That happens in China.
Mainland China. Blood clot.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying, criminals and certain things, you know, speaking against the government and certain acts come with harsh punishments, right? So, but the difference is in mainland China, the rules is this, but in Hong Kong, however, the rules haven't been that. So
Hong Kong, let's I don't know if you'd be able to answer this. Yeah. Hong Kong is just a city, though. Okay. Right. It's not like a state.
Right. Well, it might be a state.
All right.
Yeah, it might be a state.
Forget that question.
You're right. It might be a state.
Okay.
So now, like, they trying to incorporate Hong Kong's, you know what I'm saying, laws and everything
in the mainland.
In the mainland, trying to incorporate the mainland laws in with Hong Kong.
Okay, so, opposite. Okay, go ahead.
The opposite. So, you know, where they could now extradite criminals from Hong Kong into the mainland, so you know, and they'll be subjected to these harsh and cruel treatments, which, you know, people in Hong Kong is like, nah, we're not with that, because the Hong Kong, you know what I mean, system is more like ours in America, where, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, of course, China is more like
it's more reasonable.
Yeah, it's more reasonable, where, you know, in China it's more like, you know, communistic type, you know, situation. So they're looking to extradite, you know, saying criminals from there. So they put that bill on there, and that's when the people really start protesting, like, nah, we ain't with that. We don't want that. We don't want to be subjected to those things. Gotcha. So, you know, they started protesting. So in the bill was presented in April, I believe, and then the protest started, and then they decided to table the agreement. But the protesters are still like, nah, because tabling it simply means you could bring it up at another time.
Gotcha.
So now we're just gonna leave this here because since y'all bitching, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were like, now, like, get rid of it in totality. Say it's off the table, pretty much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, of course, the mainland is refusing to do that. So I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I think he's GM from Houston. Mm-hmm. He had tweeted out something, you know what I'm saying, in regards to, you know, these people in Hong Kong deserve their freedom, something to that aspect.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I'm saying, I think ruffled a lot of feathers in China.
Yes.
As far as their business goes with the NBA.
Yes.
Right? So when asked, you know, LeBron's comments were something to the aspect like he was uninformed when he made those tweets. Mm-hmm. I think he spoke a little bit too early. Mm-hmm. Not only financial implications could have happened, but people's lives could have been lost and da 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 da.
Yeah.
So he led with the financial part, and then he kind of, you know, saying rebutted with the rest of the thing, lives and all this.
Yeah.
And you know, given that, you know, there's protesters dying in the streets, the police are shooting protesters and stuff like that in Hong Kong, and you know, given that where any common man could identify with what the people of Hong Kong are fighting for. Yeah. You know, especially in America, you know, because of what we're accustomed to, the kind of freedom we're accustomed to. A lot of people are like, yo, how could LeBron James not get behind that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How could he not get behind something like that? He's somebody that, you know, will say something like, I'll withhold. I like to be informed before I make a comment. I like to look into things. Yeah. And that's things that he's tweeted out in the past. But in this instance, he, you know what I'm saying, they're like, okay, so if you're informed on what's going on, then why would you make such a comment? Why wouldn't you be in support of this? You know what I mean? Or why wouldn't you just say, yeah, people deserve their freedom? Mm-hmm. So, you know, they're just measuring up to something of the aspect of where it's like, okay, you know, he has a new Space Jam movie coming out. China is definitely a big market for that movie and everything like that. And, you know, and they say he has a lot of branding deals going on in China. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the NBA trying to expand, you know what I'm saying, nationwide, worldwide. Yeah. You know, that's affecting business, and China is really one of them countries that could afford to be petty when it comes to certain things and what takes place in their country. You know?
I guess maybe the bigger question is
restrictions on internet. There's a lot of restrictions that they have. You know.
So is LeBron James bought?
It's like it's one of them things where I have to say yes. Yeah. But you could also argue that even though he's bought, like, wouldn't you be bought too? You know, in a sense.
It depends. I guess it depends. Mm-hmm. When I look at LeBron, I think that independently he has enough money to pretty much say fuck China and fuck what y'all about and stand with Hong Kong. Nah. I don't know about his assets, but at the same time, he has people that he needs to answer to. Right. Because yes, he kind of is his own boss. He got the uninterrupted and the this and the that. Yeah, but he got a lot of
the NBA is still his boss.
The NBA is still his boss. Mm-hmm. So I think in this aspect, on a global level or a worldwide or outside the United States type situation, I think pretty much behind the scenes they told LeBron shut the fuck up or else.
Who?
Whoever they is.
The they of the league?
Nike.
No. They I don't think they told him to shut the fuck up. It would almost seem like he's in agreement, like
with China and not Hong Kong.
No, he's in agreement with the NBA as far as I feel like it's not mainly a boss thing. I feel like this is a part of my investment. I have also a stake in this. And
because we all know that he want to be a team owner and shit like that.
So I think he's like, I have a stake in all this, and you're fucking up the brand. Like this is fucking up the brand and the brand's expansion, and we need this right now. And I think, you know, of course, there's people that's highly paid to research these things and, you know what I'm saying, look into it and fact checks things and everything like that. And they might have had a seat at the table like, yo, listen, we need to stay away from this shit. So, you know, I think he, in his attempt speaking, he was actually, I feel like he was trying to scold that general manager for even saying some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's how it came
I didn't hear the exact quote. Like I said, I've been kind of reading about it, and I've been hearing like a little different things or whatever.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that he did kind of scold, or he tried to make it sound like dude that whatever dude said or tweeted or whatever it was dumb shit.
Yeah.
And like I feel like he has interests.
Yeah, he has clear interest in, you know what I'm saying, what's going on over there.
Yeah.
And it's just in his best interest to look the other way. I feel like in this instance, you know what I'm saying?
So, okay, so is this like an integrity question?
Oh yeah, I absolutely. But I think we all like everybody says, man, we all got a price. So it's like sometimes like, okay, it is an integrity issue, but you know what I'm saying, what's your price? And what you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jay-Z, you know, aligning himself with the NFL, but you know when they say, hey man, if you want to fight from the inside, not from the outside, you know what I mean? So, you know, we have somebody from within, but you know.
So you're saying
it's every cause your cause.
What's your thoughts on LeBron saying or not saying much?
My thoughts on LeBron saying and not saying much. I think I'm a man, and like I said, I know as human beings we're imperfect, man, and to say the right thing, do the right thing is not always the easiest thing. You know, we all know right from wrong, right? But you know what I'm saying, like, if you know, do you pass up on dreams and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if your dream is to do this, that, you see something directly impacting your dream, do you what do you do then? You know what I'm saying? What do you do when that's directly, you know, could fuck up the forecast of your dreams? And
that's dude, that's a valid question. It's a hard question to answer. You know what I mean? Like you said, if his dream is to eventually retire as a player and own an own an NBA team, and be this global ambassador for basketball,
right? So
do I step out on a limb and say, China, you fucked up for doing this and doing that and da 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 da? Most likely not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The businessman in me is saying, nah, I can't fuck that up because I know what my end game is. And it seems like he does know what his end game is, especially when we're talking about reaching out to a whole different company and reaching out to a whole different country, continent, and all that shit. Yeah. I think he knows what his end game is. But I think also us as fans or people out here in the United States, when we look at LeBron, we look at him as being outspoken. We look at him as always being on the right side of justice, so to say. And he'll speak out regardless of if it makes him look bad or not. So on this situation, maybe he's not informed as he thinks he is. Yeah, maybe he don't know the ins and outs and the outs and the ends of the situation.
Maybe you should just keep it real, like Donald Trump referring to Turkey and Iran, man. You know, Turkey and Iran. You know, right now I think they're at a ceasefire right now. You know, there was beefs, but you know, everybody was telling United States need to get involved with this, and we need to support Iran. You know what I'm saying? But Donald Trump was like, sometimes, man, when they have words with each other, you just gotta let them fight it out. They'll come to agreement afterwards, but just gotta let them, go in the locker room and fight it out. Like, sometimes you just gotta let them do what they do. And I was like, yo, that was the most horrible, perfect thing to say too, though. Like, real shit, I have to get involved with every goddamn thing, Like,
that what he said, though? Yes. He said, go in the locker room?
Yeah, he's like, yo, just go ahead. Yeah, they could just go ahead and fight it out. You know what I'm saying? Fight it out. Afterwards, you could talk, you can have words afterwards, but hey, sometimes you just gotta let them fight it out. See a good fight. This nigga Donald is the GOAT, bro. I tell you, he's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT, man.
He gonna go down in history, bro.
Yo, for real, bro.
Whether it's good history or bad history,
he going down in
down in history.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, sometimes you gotta lay Hong Kong and China. Yo, y'all gotta duke it out. Maybe this ain't my business. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, man, I don't know. Like I said, I would be able to say more if I knew exactly what was going on in China and Hong Kong and the whole beef and the blah 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 blah. Yeah. But it's a lot of history that goes on. Like you said, the whole British rule and this, that, and the third. It's a lot. It's a lot to go on to be able to speak from it from an educated standpoint and say, yo, LeBron should have or didn't or blah 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 blah. But I think that he's doing his best to stay the fuck out of it, and I think that's what he should do.
All right, man.
Stay out of it.
Speaking of our NBA athletes, man, recently, Dwyane Wade tweeted out, or I think it was on Instagram. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but
I think it was Instagram
out, and the picture was of his young son, who's presumed to be gay, 12 years old. His daughter, his baby daughter, and his wife Gabrielle Union, and and the caption in the picture read in bold letters, so it's not like an under caption. It's an imprinted caption that you had to Photoshop yourself, and the caption said "My girls."
Yeah.
So how where are we at? How do we feel about that kind of imagery or kind of thought process?
I feel like he was genuinely talking about Gabrielle and his daughter. I don't think that he meant to.
You don't think he meant to?
I don't think that he meant to say that his son is a girl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't read the responses or the backlash and all of that to the tweets or whatever. But I did hear about this and I did kind of look into it, and I said to myself, maybe it was just in the moment where he wasn't necessarily focusing on his son, and he didn't want to Diddy crop his son out of the picture and put just Gabrielle and the girls there. But he looked at it and he said, "Yo, my girl."
Stop it, Dub.
Nah,
you gotta remember, right?
What I'm doing here? Call me out, fam.
Yeah, what you're speaking on is what the common man does, right? You gotta remember, like these athletes, these celebrities, these people are way more media trained than we will ever be.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
They're really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might post something and I might fuck up a fucking word or something, or I might leave out a fucking word or leave out. They don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? They have
everything.
Yeah.
It's it's a line drive.
It's a line drive, bro.
Like
I said what I said.
We get into the destination.
Yeah, exactly.
One way or another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for a caption, for the way the artwork on the picture and the framing of the picture.
Yeah, because it was like the son from like neck up, and Gabrielle from like chest up, and daughter and shit, right?
Yeah.
That was the original photo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So, and Gabrielle was holding the daughter, and his son was looking at them both, and they were both looking at the young lady. So you can't tell me, like, in that instance, if you took a picture of your daughter and your son was in the room, you would fucking say, "Yo, my girls." You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. No.
Exactly. As a man, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly. But if your son is gay. Well, then you might, right?
Blood clot.
Right?
No, I wouldn't do that, though.
I'm saying, but he did it, though.
He did
it. And Gabrielle clapped back at, saying some of the commentators, and she did not say that it was just me, She didn't say he was referring to the son either, but she didn't say it was just me.
What's his name? What's his son's name?
I don't know.
Zion or some shit?
Zion. Yeah, shout out to Zion, man. Hope he get better, man. The boy, Zion. What's his last name?
Williamson.
Hurt his knee and shit, man. So
did he?
Yeah, man. So he first game. Tuesday was gonna be the season opening. Everybody looking forward to that, man.
Yeah.
So highly disappointed to see that happen, but they say it's not severe, but however it's gonna be weeks of recovery.
Oh my god!
So it's not severe. It's not
the motherfucking preseason, boy.
Man.
Preseason is the devil, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, for them to do that, man, and I just feel like it's foul. I feel like it's wrong, and I mean, I guess in 2019,
who's wrong here?
I feel like it's wrong for them to imply to their 12-year-old what their 12-year-old is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying Dwyane Wade is wrong for saying my girls in this?
Yeah. I just feel like
in this social media age,
right? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that because you're. I mean, maybe a child is confused or, they don't know what path they want to take, but you're helping to create that lane. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're helping to create a lane that on behalf of your kid, like, is that the right one? I guess we all don't know, you know what I'm saying, as parents, what lane we're creating for our kids, but I just don't feel like it's right to especially as a child's not sexually active yet, to imply what their sexuality is. what I'm saying? And the same could be considered for his young daughter too. I mean, how you know she ain't gonna be a dude? My girls, you know what I'm saying? You might just insult your little 12-year-old. Your little 1-year-old. Yeah.
What Ricky Smiley say, a bull dagger?
Yeah, man.
You know, she ain't gonna grow up to be a bull dagger.
Yeah, I seen something that said that Trina and Trick Daddy finna take over the morning show.
Yeah.
Would that work?
I don't want to hear Trina and Trick Daddy on. I'm all for a home team in every state to be on the radio in every state.
Right? Yeah. Because it kind of insulting when I got to listen to Charlamagne and them. Like, I just don't feel it. And then he's like, "Yo, Florida man, told you all Florida people." You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'd rather somebody that understand the vibes. You know what I'm saying, that I'm going through on a daily basis.
But I don't see it, bro. I don't see Trick and Trina on the radio. I don't see myself listening to country ass Trick breathing hard as fuck on the microphone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what do y'all have to offer? Like,
being overly aggressive towards women and shit.
I never found either one of them to be funny. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of us, when we going into work on a daily basis, we want to laugh. We want to have something positive on our minds before we go into work in the morning on a daily basis. So I don't think I'm trying to figure out what are you guys gonna give me?
Yeah, nah, that don't make no.
So you know what I mean?
I don't get that one either, bro. I agree with you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm all for home team being on the radio.
Yeah, same here.
But just not them.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all can find somebody else.
That's not
Bootleg Cable Podcast.
Yeah, we could do that.
Definitely. I think we make y'all laugh in the morning. We you know what I mean?
Hell yeah,
start a campaign, man.
Matter of fact, start a campaign. I'll record a podcast every morning if that's what y'all want.
Right?
Do it live. Yes. Right. If that's what y'all want, we can record a podcast every morning. We just gotta get, you know what I'm saying, monetary gain out of it. But we got y'all.
Yeah, but I so back to the whole. So you saying that Dwyane Wade knew what he was doing when he came up with that?
Absolutely, he knew what he's doing. All celebrities, they know what they're doing. They make these captions. They know what they're doing. It's all intentful, man.
So was it an out of touch type situation?
I don't think it was out of touch. I think it may be more in touch with Gabrielle Union. You know what I'm saying? We seen the books and everything like that. She lives an alternative lifestyle, I would say. Extra freaky deaky with it.
Okay.
You know,
I didn't read any excerpts from the book or anything like that. I know she had some trauma as a young woman.
Yeah, but she's very open about, you know what I'm saying, sexual exploits and, you know.
She's dealt with chicks and shit?
I don't recall her saying she dealt with chicks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that off the table, but, you know what I'm saying, like, she's a little bit more forthcoming than the average female is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you look into, you know, some of the stuff that she's mentioned.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? She's Meg the Stallion before Meg the Stallion started rapping about that shit. But, you know.
Speaking of Meg the Stallion.
Yeah.
Do you think that Meg the Stallion stole Kash Doll's thunder?
Stole Kash Doll's thunder. Okay, tell me. You're gonna have to explain to me how. What was Kash Doll's hit?
Oh man, what was her hit? Fuck. And I was thinking about this when I was coming over here too. I forgot exactly what song it was, but I'm not saying that Meg Thee Stallion was a stripper. I don't think that she was. She doesn't come across that she was, but I know Kash Doll was a stripper, and I feel like Kash Doll had a song. I just can't remember what it is, but Kash Doll and Meg Thee Stallion, to me, had the same trajectory.
Okay.
And I think that their content is pretty much similar, but Meg Thee Stallion just came out of nowhere with this fucking
the Big Old Freak song hit.
Big Old Freak.
Big Old Freak, the beat, everything about it hit. You know what I mean? So it just it went.
I know Kash Doll had the "Ice Me Out" song, but even before "Ice
Me Out," Icy. No.
"Ice Me Out."
Oh yeah.
"Ice Me Out."
Yeah.
"Ice Me Out."
The icy joint was what's her name? Sweetie.
Yeah. So I think Meg Thee Stallion stole Kash Doll thunder, bro, and I think that she just Kash Dolled better than Kash Doll did.
Yeah,
and
but
now
I don't.
And then also on top of it, she got I'm a student, and you know I'm a positive role model. Yeah, I be twerking on Instagram and popping pussy and doing all of this shit, but You know what I mean? I'm an educated woman. I'm in the process of getting my education, and even though I'm in the start, because every now and then she'd be tweeting like, "Oh, finals just came around, and midterms, and I got to come off the road and do homework and blah 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 blah." Like, you're paying somebody else to do that shit, man. For you. Like, they gonna taking online classes?
Yeah, for real.
You going?
yeah. We don't believe you.
You going to ICDC college online? Like, come on, fam. University of Phoenix, come on now.
Yeah.
So,
like,
but I think that she
do it now. Sign up now. You ain't doing nothing. Sign up,
right?
Yeah, man.
I think that she stole Kash Doll thunder.
I wouldn't say stole, but that lane opened up, bro, and I think the floodgates opened up, and I don't think it's sustainable. I think actually out of all of them, I think City Girls is going to be the ones that continue to rise, because I feel like their story is a little bit more authentic to who they are. You know what I'm saying? What they rap about, what they talk about. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, of course, you know what I mean, JT went to jail for scamming, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I feel like they more so about what they talk about, whereas though I'm not necessarily sure Meg Thee Stallion is about what she talk about. I just think she knows how to she has a flow, she has a cadence. I think she knows how to deliver just like Cardi B does, but I don't know if it's necessarily like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in belief of her.
Run Me My Money was another big hit that she had. She got some hits, bro. She got some underground shit where it's just like, yo, I speak for these young ratchets out here outside of the City Girls. Like you said, I think definitely the City Girls, especially with JT going to prison and all of that. They starting to be real authentic with their shit.
Right, exactly. So they're gonna establish that, because me even looking at like
sorry to cut you off. Even Kash Doll was on the Big Sean joint. Yeah. Oh man, the song where he talking about I quit my job and fuck you all day.
Oh yeah.
She was on that joint.
Yeah.
She on a couple of joints. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I hate when I heard the record with the Baby and Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
And that record don't really do it for me, because I hate when people like shout each other out on the record and they talking and you're rapping a song and you're really saying your own personal name a lot. And it's like, what it just felt really gimmicky, and you know what I'm saying, I just didn't like it, and I just think they're throwing her through the label media circuit, and they're doing everything. They're trying to really brand her, Meg Thee Stallion a certain kind of way, and I feel like her career is being handled. I don't feel like it doesn't come off as genuine as, you know what I'm saying, as I would like to see.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, visually.
Yeah.
We dudes.
Yeah.
We consume, especially when it comes to women in hip hop.
Yeah.
Men consume women in hip hop visually.
Okay.
Visually, who's better to look at, Meg Thee Stallion or Kash Doll?
Meg Thee Stallion or Kash Doll?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'd have to see a side by side, man.
But you know how Meg Thee Stallion look.
Yeah.
And are you familiar with Kash Doll at all, or?
I'm familiar with it, but it's just the image ain't coming up in my head right now.
Yeah.
I know she thicker than Snicker though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally, I think that visually appealing. I think Meg Thee Stallion is more visually appealing than Kash Doll is. I think she got a better smile. I think she got a better body. I think she looked more natural than Kash Doll is.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, I think Kash Doll got some work done, and Meg Thee Stallion, her claim is that her body is a natural body. So me personally, I gravitate more towards a natural body than I do, Kash Doll, who's obviously had some work done. And then also, I think that her rapping style, I think Meg Thee Stallion has, maybe 2 or 3 different flows, and maybe Kash Doll got 1.
Okay.
Maybe 2. And even I was trying to listen to her album today. And she dropped the album. I forgot the name of it, but shout outs to her for dropping a project. I was listening to it and I was just like, yo, she sounds so uninspired. She sounds like, yo, I'm just making these songs just to make these songs. You know what I mean? The intro jumped off. She did basically the same thing that Young M.A. did on her album. She bit Meek Mill's intro.
I mean, is it bite now? Because I mean, at this point we had.
Yes, it's biting.
It's Meek Mill's that we had. You know what I'm saying? First Day Out, and then you know what I mean we have. And then we had T Grizzy did like 5 different versions of you know what I'm saying? Trying to make different songs, but it all sound like First Day Out.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean now I think it's become a part of. I mean, shout out to Meek Mills if he was the first one to do it. I think
he was the first one to have a popular intro like that, and also for that intro to come on and kind of mellow in the beginning and then get hype and whatever. I think a lot of people is copying that blueprint. I don't want to say that he's the first person to do that because I'm sure that there was songs like, even if I'm just thinking off the top of my head, I forgot what DMX song it was where he was kind of mellow at one point. And then the beat get hype, and then he changed, and then it went back to mellow. But you know what I mean? Just the whole mellow to hype situation.
Nas one mic, you know.
It's been done before, but Meek has been the most successful with it. Yeah. His intro on the first album or whatever it was the most successful one, and it was the one that people is to me is emulating. And like I said. Young M.A. her album dropped.
The intro has become a title for the song.
You know
Before the intro was just an intro, but
exactly.
Now intro is like when you hear intro. Are you talking about Meek Mills? Yeah.
Even the baby came out with an intro song for his video or whatever. So I think that again, going back to Kash Doll, if you listen to the intro on her album, she was talking about her struggles and whatever.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the beat got hype, but she didn't. She just kind of kept on rapping the same. Way, you know what I mean? Okay. I don't want to hate on her, but she's rapping the same way. So,
yeah, man. I mean, you better than me, man.
I mean, I try, dude. I try. I try to listen to these. I try to give these artists a chance. I try to listen to a lot of the new artists to kind of see what's going on and all of that. And you know, sometimes it work out and sometimes it don't.
Yeah, I give you credit for that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I do it. I'm always on the search for.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
For good music or for something new to listen to. Yeah. So you know, definitely, man.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
What else we got going on here? Cyntoia Brown, my dog, free my dog.
Free my dog, Cyntoia Brown. Where she did she one of the Breakfast Club? Where she did the interview at?
Essence. Okay. I didn't see her on. I'm pretty sure
there's no footages. It's just
not that I saw
a scripted interview. Okay,
not that I saw. So a lot of people is really they feeling a kind of way about her getting out of prison.
Yeah,
because a lot of people felt like she really murdered this dude. You know what I'm saying? They felt like this dude. Like she was into prostitution and like if y'all want to check the backstory, check out Cyntoia Brown.
When did she go? When did she get locked up though? It was at like she was 16, right?
Yeah. So she was in prison for 14 years, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. August 6, 2004. That was when the crime happened, and in 2006. She was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 51 years. So she's been in prison since 2006, but she committed a crime, I think, when she was about 16 years old, somewhere around there. And a lot of people look, as a 16-year-old, you know what's wrong and right and blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of people was really, really hard on her about this whole situation and how she took a man's life and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, okay, at the same time, as a 40-something-year-old man, you know that you ain't supposed to be prostituting young girls either. So, you know, not say, well, I don't know. Maybe he did deserve to die. I don't know. That ain't my choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't make those kind of life decisions, but some people probably look at him.
Did, though,
yeah. But I didn't say that he did or didn't.
I
said maybe. But a lot of people look at people who do these things, and you know what I mean. You paying for sex for a girl that's obviously underage and all that stuff. You know,
right.
People feel different ways about that, and you know everybody's entitled to their feelings. I don't know. I'm looking at the whole situation, and I think that she does deserve a second chance at life.
Yeah,
I don't think that she's a murderer, so to say. I don't think that she's coming out of prison and she's gonna kill somebody else.
Nah, I don't think
type
so
shit.
Either. I don't think so either. I mean,
I think that she was maybe at a fucked up point in her life. It was dark. It was, it was no way out type situation. I don't know. And she made a really, really bad choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, again, a lot of people is holding her accountable for
Would you wife that?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Personally, nah. I mean, she's a good looking woman, but I wouldn't, knowing that she done murked somebody. Nah.
So
I'm good.
We're not wife. Would you take it home?
Probably. Yeah, I'll knock it down. I'll knock it down, but yeah.
Man, damn, we is that chauvinistic?
Of
like
course.
Okay.
But I mean, we men, bro. We savage, bro.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We savages, man. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So again, free my dog. You know what I mean. I don't know if I was screaming it. What was when we first talked about her? Were we screaming free my dog?
You was.
I was screaming free my dog. Okay, free my dog, Cyntoia. And like I just said, I think that she does deserve a second chance at life. I don't think that she's a murderer. Like she's gonna be out here killing people, type situation. I think she was in a messed up situation, and you know what I mean. I think she served enough time, bro.
Yeah, look, it's a tough situation, man, because I'm pretty sure there's people in jail that didn't do anything at all.
It is a lot.
You know what I'm saying? And, how do they feel when they see somebody get off for committing murder, It's like, man, I ain't do shit at all when I'm here.
Dude.
So do you have to be a woman? What do you have to be to, get sympathy or empathy or justice, man?
You got to have the right people behind you, bro. And that's what it's looking like to me. You got to have the right people. Your case got to be just right.
Yeah.
Everybody's everybody's case ain't
not centralizing
right.
enough.
You know what I'm saying? If me and somebody else go in to commit a robbery and I commit the murder and the next person doesn't, and then they go down for the murder, they didn't know that I was gonna do what I did, and you know what I mean? But y'all both went in to commit the crime, so you just as responsible as I am. So yeah, you gonna go down for the murder too. But they didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
there's a lot of different situations that's out here.
Absolutely, man.
And I feel like even in those situations, nobody, if you're not the person that's the trigger person, or you held down or physically restrained somebody or caused them to, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot that should be able to go into a murder conviction.
Absolutely. I mean, because even in a situation where if you're not the trigger person, but we both in there, like even if it was just one person in there, that one person could did the same crime without two.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, why is the trigger man? You know what I'm saying? We ain't hold a gun together.
Yeah.
He ain't pop it and shit, do it to me, and I popped it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's the same crime he could have done by himself too. So.
Yeah. So I mean, personally, dude, I would like to see what Cyntoia Brown does with her life from here. Yeah. She definitely, her case is something that's and it looked like they got a video for the shit. And I guess they do got a video for it. We just ain't watch it. Okay. I think that she can do a lot with her life from here, and I'd love to see what she does do with her life from here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And I think that she can turn it around. I think she will turn it around, and hopefully she does more positive than negative, man, from here going on forward. True. You saw the Jesus shoes.
Before we get into that, man. So what's going on in Dallas, man? Is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it a new? Is this the new form of terrorizing black people? Is it like, okay, y'all getting tired of getting pulled over and stopped and
Fort Worth,
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Well, it's still on the same side, right?
I don't know where Dallas is.
It's Texas, man.
Fort Worth.
It's Texas.
Fort Worth, nigga.
Okay. But what's going on over there? Is this a new way of terrorizing people? Is it?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Are we on the cusp of like tyranny? What is going on? Like,
I think at the end of the day, I think that people are starting to realize that cops are more human than we think they are. Not me and you, but the people who are pro police officer. I think that's cases like this are starting to let them realize that cops are humans as well.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know, what is her name? What is her name? Atatiana, I think her name is. Her name is Atatiana Jefferson. 28 years old. She was inside her home playing video games, I think, with her nephew. And it was like later on in the morning, sometime after 1, 2, somewhere around
2
there.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. She was at the crib playing video games with her nephew. She happened to, I guess, leave her front door open, leave a couple of lights on or whatever, and I guess her neighbors noticing kind of looked at it and was just like, yo, like, I know this neighbor. Yeah. They never leave their door open that late in the night, blah, blah, blah. So the neighbor decided to call the cops to do a welfare check on the persons that lived inside the home. So before we go further in the story, what do you think a welfare check is? What does a welfare check sound like to you?
Sounds like I'm concerned maybe that person deceased, passed away, had a bump their head. Are they okay?
So from you not being a police officer, right? Yeah. If you call for a welfare check on your neighbor across the street, because we can clearly see it wasn't a 911 call. It wasn't. It was a non-emergency number. Yeah. So we could see your neighbor's house across the street from here, right? So if you were to call a welfare check on your neighbor, what do you think what do you think should happen? What does that look like or sound like to you?
A knock at the door, police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is the residence here? Da, 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 you know.
Yeah. So to me, when I hear the words welfare check, I'm thinking whoever is coming out is not feeling any kind of threat of violence or anything like that. They're like, okay, the neighbor called. This is unusual, X, Y, and Z. The door's been open for some amount of time. So I'm thinking that the officers that's going to come is going to go, boom, 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 knock on the door. Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? This is such and such. Like announce loud so that they could hear that, okay, I'm officer such and such. Your door's been open for a little while. I'm here to check on you. Hello? Hello? You know what I mean? Yeah. To kind of get the attention of anybody that might be in the home. Yeah, maybe it might be another officer that go around to the back or whatever just for precautions. But that's what a welfare check is to me. Right. Boom, boom, boom. Loud knock on the door. Anybody home? Are you awake? Are you alive? Let's get some life going on in here. When you watch the video, to me, it was a total opposite. So a welfare check was called. This officer, whoever his name was, him and another officer is creeping around the building and they looking in the window with the flashlights and doing all kind of shit. I'm just like, yo, is this a welfare check? That don't look like a welfare check to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, according to the officer, he was there looking around the house, blah, blah, blah.
Did they go to the front door first, though? Or?
And I don't know. Okay, so because the video.
But we can't draw that contrast and say, is this a welfare check? What if they did go to the front door and didn't get a response? Then it would definitely be warranted for them to go around and check the exterior of the building. Yeah.
True. But I think that, again, for me, a welfare check to me sounds like...
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the door is ajar. If I'm just saying, in the instance that they could have went to the front door first and didn't get a response, I would deem it appropriate to go around it, even if it's a welfare check, and check the building, because now maybe you could see somebody laying on the floor before running inside, or you know what I'm saying, X, Y, Z. So yeah. But if the video didn't show that, I don't mean, you know what I'm saying, don't mean it didn't happen. So let's not rule that out.
Yeah, because according to they're saying that the video was heavily edited.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So again, what we saw is the officer going around with the other officer, shining a light in the video. He saw something. Show me your hands. Bomb. Shot one shot, and that ended Mrs. Jefferson's life. And supposedly, she was in the room playing video games with her nephew. And I think that the nephew made a statement. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might be taped. It might be on the internet, but I haven't seen it. But the officer has been charged with murder, has been arrested and everything, but he was also allowed to resign first. And that's been a problem with a lot of black folks in the community. When we look at situations like this, we say, yo, why is it that if that was me, if that was you, if that was any person off the street, black or white, they would have been arrested firsthand? Why is this dude allowed to walk around? It's video of the whole situation. You can obviously see that, I guess there's protocol, police protocol. He didn't follow protocol X, Y, and Z. So now they're also relating this case to the whole Botham Jean situation, Botham Jean situation, and they're looking at it, and it's like it's almost the opposite, because Botham was a black male, and it was a white female officer. This time it's a black female victim, but a white male officer. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of similar situations. And they're like, yo, so how can we feel safe?
I mean, we can't. We live in a world of men, and I don't feel safe around nobody, to be honest with you. Whether it's a white officer, a black dude, or Asian dude, bro. Like, I don't trust none of y'all. So it is what it is, bro. Like, even like, that these things happen. I'm not saying like it's right, it's acceptable, or we should allow these stuff to happen, or we shouldn't deal with these things in accordance. But you know, man, we can't act like shit ain't gonna happen throughout the world. We don't live in a perfect society, and we're never gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Especially in America, you know what I mean? We spoke about China. China has, you know what I mean, a bigger population than United States, and even though they're throwing people in fucking concentration camps, they still have less people in jail than the United States does. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they, you know, life sentence, they're gonna chop up your body. They still got left people in jail. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's going on in America, bro? Is it too much diversity? Is it too much? Is it too much racism, or what is it? It's too much lack of understanding. Like, when are we gonna come together as one country? Understand? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that in the United States we have irrational fears?
Irrational fears? Yeah. We have irrational biases. We have biases that have been instilled in us, however ways they've come about in the past, and I think that some of those things are a part of our psyches, and a lot of us haven't been trained to let that go.
So like this situation. And then we also had the Botham Jean situation a year ago. Does this give the public an irrational fear of the police? Because let's think about this on a grand scale. How many police interactions happen on a daily basis in the United States? We don't know, but just think about this as you listen. How many police interactions happen on a daily basis in the United States? How many of them are negative interactions? Then how many of them are escalated, and how many of them end up in death on a daily basis in the United States?
How many do I think?
Yeah.
Man, bro, you asking for a lot of like.
No, I'm not asking for you to say a number or anything like that. I'm just saying for you to take that into consideration in your mind. Okay. Like, is it irrational for me to drive down the street and get pulled over by a cop, or a cop knock on the door and me feel like this situation is going to end up in me dying? Is it irrational or irrational? Is it irrational or rational for me to feel like that? Because let's just think about the percentages. Dude, people get pulled over every fucking day. Cops knock on people's door every fucking day in the United States. How many of these situations are ending up in death? Maybe a lot of them. I doubt. Maybe we don't know about it. I doubt it too. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be on both sides here. Yeah. Maybe a lot of them are ending up that way that we don't know about, but I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that there is a whole lot of them that's ending up in death. So when we see a situations like this, and then another one from pretty much the same city or the same area, only a year later, we look at it and it's like, damn, yo, it's fucked up out here. These cops out here, it's fucked up, blah, 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 blah. But is that an irrational fear that we have?
It's it's not irrational, but at the same time, like, we don't have to treat every situation or every person or every individual or every police officer as if they are that. Just like they should not treat every person as a criminal or as if they're that. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to do more training and, you know what I mean, maybe stop training officers to identify, you know, what are the identifiables of a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to stop looking like that, and maybe that started in their household before they even got to the criminal force, or maybe that's the demographic they placed in, and maybe they're just in the wrong demographic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're policing the wrong areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that we need to consider. You know what I'm saying? There's better police training, but at the same time, like, we don't have to walk around with those biases as people, man, because it's not going to get us anywhere, and it's not doing any good for us, you know. And it's like, terrible things happen every day, man. You know what I'm saying? It just does, and we just, you know.
So in this situation,
just like we started out saying, like, people are realizing that the police are more human than, you know, maybe some people out there were willing to accept, and I feel like, you know, maybe in this instance it was a poor human judgment. You know what I'm saying, on behalf of that. I think in the Botham Jean situation, it was a poor human judgment there too. I really do feel like, honestly, this chick did go to the wrong apartment and she fucked up and killed somebody over this shit. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's some conspiracy and you know, she meant to go into this dude's apartment and blah 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 blah. And even in this situation, I know they're trying to make it a whole black and white, where, oh, you know, Black Lives Matter and, you know, black folks getting killed by the cops and blah, 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 blah. I don't, yes, you could assume maybe from the area that they lived in that it was a black person's home or whatever, but I don't think that this dude knew that he was going to the home of a black woman or a black man or whatever and shot somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that was on his mind. I think that this dude just didn't have the right training. And I feel like this dude, I feel like if you're a police officer, you can't be scary. You can't be scared of every single situation. Every situation shouldn't compel you to draw your weapon, right? And again, this is me speaking as a civilian. I don't know what they go through on a daily basis. I don't know what their training is. I don't know what they're encountering on a daily basis, but it's just like, dude, it is... Is every situation for a police officer life or death? Every situation? Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And
yeah, I think there should be some type of oath that police officers take. Like, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, my life should come before yours.
Yeah.
You're here to serve and protect, man.
Yeah. You're right.
So, in a sense, even in the pullover, even in the criminal situation, my life is more important than yours.
Yeah.
Because this is your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're out here the police, man.
Yeah.
So you need to take the proper cautions to protect my life.
Yeah.
If you're the object or the subject of what threatens my life, then you need to remove yourself from that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I think that the problem is that a lot of these officers, they have prejudgments. They have prejudgments about certain areas that they in, about the people that they encounter. And I think a lot of them is just scary, dude.
And walking around with the wish a nigga would mentality. Like, I wish somebody would.
Well, not even that, though.
I want to shoot somebody, bro.
I don't think that that's the case. I think that they are truly scared. I think that this dude was not prepared for the job that he was doing. Dude, it's a wellness check. It's a wellness check. It's not, to me, nothing about that call is giving you any inclination that it's a crime going on. Yeah. It's a dangerous situation. It's a drug deal. It's it's a wellness check.
And you never announced yourself to be a police officer.
That too.
So it's like you don't even know your role at all.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish the police would have given the full video, the full unedited video, instead of doctoring it the way they did, and maybe they're doctoring it so that when it goes to trial, that it'll go in favor of the police officer. But I think that in this situation, man, and in a lot of these situations, these officers are just scared. They don't know how to deal with the public, and maybe it's an interview. It's an interview process issue, or I don't know what it is. Like even with the dude that was in the car with his girlfriend. I forgot his name, but he had gotten killed after he had told the officer that he had a gun in the car with him and blah blah blah. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's a training issue, and I think that these officers, like, you can't be out here scared as shit of the public. You can't be like that. Yeah. And I think that that's what happened with this officer, and I think that's what happened with Amber Geyer, that both of them was scared as shit of the public, and they was too quick to draw their weapon in these situations, and it's ending up in lives being lost and also their lives being fucked up forever, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Well, R.I.P. to that young lady. What you her name? Tatiana, what was it?
Atatiana Jefferson.
Atatiana Jefferson. R.I.P.
Yeah, man. So, you know, they putting videos out there. They putting a lot of personal videos of her out there, showing that she was an educated young woman, and, you know, this and that, because a lot of the time that, like, even with the report,
they say they found a gun.
They found a gun in the home. Dude, if let's just say with me, in my situation, if that happens to me and I get shot,
what is this supposed to mean? We supposed to mean you ain't a criminal?
No, I'm just saying.
You're upstanding citizen?
No, I'm just saying it doesn't matter if you're in a state where you're allowed to have a gun in your home. What does it matter if you took a picture of a gun in the home or not? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Was this weapon pointed at you? You know, there was a gun found in the home. So what?
Gun found in the home. We're not sure if that was in proximity of the victim.
Yeah, and it's a way to dehumanize the witness, just the same way they did with Trayvon. Oh, that nigga had guns and he had gold teeth and blah blah blah. He was pointing guns at the camera. Like, yo, what does that got to do with the situation that happened? Yeah, this chick was supposedly, allegedly playing video games with her nephew. What does that have to do with her getting shot and killed at the time? Right. So what if she had a gun? What if she had a gun in the room? What if she had a gun on her? What does that have to do with the situation? Right. You saw, this dude saw a figure. Show me your hands. Bomb. Less than a second. You were scared, bro.
That's right, man. That's right. I mean, these police officers, I've been saying it for the longest time, man. They all humans, man. People see badge and everything first. I see a human being first. So I'm gonna talk to the human in anybody in any situation, whether I go to a store, whether I'm dealing with anybody. I'm not speaking to the business. I'm talking to the human first. You know what I'm saying? I'm addressing the human first.
So why is it that we give all not we, but the general public gives these officers the benefit of the doubt? They have all this training that they went through, police academy, this, that, stressful training, whatever, and they still make the wrong decisions. But let's just say if it's a situation between me and you or whatever, and if you made a decision like that where, let's just say you in your house or I'm in my house and I see somebody creeping outside my window and I get scared and I shoot them. Why is it that I'm not given the same benefit of the doubt as a police officer, me without no training?
I don't know. What kind of picture you trying to paint right now, though?
No, I'm just saying that when we look at a lot of these situations, you always have people that are on the side of the officers saying that, oh, this is the reason. They could have this and they're giving up all these excuses. But on the other side, regular civilians go to prison or go to jail. They get locked up immediately for shit like this.
But, you know, you got a lot
for being scared.
You got a lot of angry and police apologist people out there that, you know, they need the law because they're scared of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So they want to be on the side of the law. They never want to see the law being painted in the bad image. You know what I'm saying? In America, we I want to maybe include myself. You know what I'm saying, or kind of exclude myself at the same time. But we were taught to uphold and respect a lot of things that's not respectable, you know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily demands our respect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But a lot of these positions and everything like that was painted in the high, you know, if you ask a kid, you know, ask a 2-year-old, what do you want to be one day when you grow up? You want to be a police officer, a fireman, or a doctor? You know what I'm saying? Those are like the three professions that like fucking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, gets thrown on the threshold. It's been taught from a little kid that, you know what I'm saying, these are highly respectable, you know what I'm saying, sought after jobs. These are heroes.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're painted as heroes forever. So it's like nobody wants to. A lot of people hold that image and they don't want to see that hero image being tarnished.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to see it, but they gotta realize it's not. These aren't heroes. These are humans doing a job, and some are doing it terribly.
Yeah, yeah.
Fire them.
Yeah.
Do some better fucking mental evaluation, better interview assessments, like you said.
Yeah.
Let's do things like that to figure out who we're doing. I would be a terrible police officer. I am not to be a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liable to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm threatened in any kind of way.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? So I avoid threatening areas.
Yeah.
I don't put myself in threatening situations.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But if I was in the area where, you know, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with my future. I guess I'll just, you know, try for the police force. Dude, you know what I mean? It got to be a better, you know what I'm saying, evaluation and qualifications to that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, not to sound overly confident or whatever, but I feel like for me, stressful situations don't bother me that much. Like, I'm not one of those people, like I said to you before, yeah, I'm a gun owner or whatever the case is, but I don't carry my gun on me. I'm not a person that's walking around like, oh my gosh, somebody's coming to kill me or my family or da 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 da. Like I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? And generally, I feel like I'm good in stressful situations. I'm good with blood. I'm good with, you know what I mean, shit going wrong or whatever the case is. And some of these people are just not like that.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. So they're doing a terrible job of assessing and evaluating the people that they're picking to be police officers. They have to do better, you know what I'm saying, background checks and, you know what I mean, let's find out why they wanted to get into the role in the first place. And, you know what I mean? I was, you know what I mean, one time I was in here because we were recording in the garage. Big secret.
Right.
So,
y'all see the rails.
I see the rails and shit.
Right.
You know but you know, I got one of the TVs in here, and it was playing like on an old station and shit. Like, but it was playing like the Law and Order, like the original joint.
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah, like the original joint. Like one whole episode was just about entirely them doing background checks on new police candidates. Yeah, that was the entire episode.
Okay,
and you know what I'm saying, they just showed the extensive nature they went through to make sure this person was qualified for his job and the stories that he told checked out. Yeah. And that was it. And I can't imagine if they're not doing that currently for police officers now. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to a couple people from his high school. Yeah. Find out what his character was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What kind of shit, how did he react in a certain situation? You know what I'm saying? They ask those kind of questions. Definitely. That's what they need, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, we can't have no scary people or thunks. We don't need nobody that's, you know, just using their power to intimidate people either. We don't need that person. No. But we just need people like you're describing yourself to be, you know, somebody that's, you know, level-headed in high stressful situations. You know, somebody that could assess what's going on. Me, I got too much anxiety for that shit. Like I can't do it.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
I feel you. That's what's up, man. You want to talk about the Jesus shoes, or you want to cut this off?
Jesus shoes, walk on water. I mean, like, yo, I gotta find a niche, man. Because Nike didn't put these out, right?
No. This is a private or a personal designer, or some shit. Basically, he bought a whole bunch of Air Forces, and supposedly he got holy water from the River Jordan or some shit like that. Put a fucking Bible scripture on the side of the shoe, and put a crucifix on the laces, and put some dye so that you can see the water inside the air bubbles, and sold these shits for like $3,000 a pair, bro.
I think they say you only made like 12 pairs or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I ain't good at math, but I don't know if that's really necessarily. Well, it might
be
$36,000.
$36,000 for 12 pairs. How much does the Air Max cost? Let's say it costs $200.
$200, yeah.
$150 to $200. So let's say $200. So however much you paid for 2 times 12, 24, you paid $2,400 for
and a plane ticket to River Jordan, man. That sounds like a lot. Nah, but I'm not mad.
Sound like a come up to me, bro.
Like it does. It definitely sounds like a come up. I gotta find a way to do that, man. I gotta find, because all it is, I wouldn't play with God like that. I wouldn't play with the Bible like that. I wouldn't do those things. That's not me. That's not what in my belief system at all.
So do you
I'm
think
completely against that? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that this person is though?
I feel like they have to be. I don't think they're pro. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be against, you know what I'm saying, what God represents, you know what I mean, for you to go ahead and you know, use his image and use his likeness in that shit fashion
for monetary gain.
Gotcha. That's what that solely was for.
Yeah. So, you
know what I'm saying? But however, the novelty way of going about it is the brilliance that I recognize, and I see that's what, you know, like, you know, all these one-off designers and shit, you know, your Supremes, your Off-Whites, you know, they go for that. They play in that little niche market where it's like, okay, we're gonna establish a clout by doing something that's, you know what I'm saying, based on, like, you know, the Bible. Even whether you're somebody that believes in God or not, you know the basic constructs of the Bible and the basic storyline of who Jesus is and all that. I feel like every man does, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have a general idea. So, you know, a story that's so ingrained in our psyches, you know what I'm saying, as a people, how could that not have sold? And why didn't he make more? Is really the question.
Dude, when I looked at this story, I said,
and maybe he could only afford 12 Air Forces at the time. Maybe. You know what I mean? Like that shit was on hit off. Now, like I said, I'm not bold enough. I'm not that disrespectful to God to pull off that. But what I'm saying is, I could respect the thought process. It's like, okay, what are the cultural fucking boundaries could somebody push to, you know what I'm saying, gain monetary success? Because there's a way to do that.
I think in a capitalist society, this was freaking genius. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like let's just say that.
Mm-hmm. I could agree with that.
Let's just say that
I could disagree with the methods, but I could agree with that it was a genius.
Let's just say that this is holy water from wherever he stated it's from. Mm-hmm. Right? Let's just say he really did try. He could prove that he traveled to wherever it was and got this holy water and added dye to it and put it in the shoes and blah, 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 blah. I think that for him to do this, one, definitely, he is capitalizing off the likeness or the religious beliefs of people. Or definitely, capitalist society, genius freaking move. Can I blame him? No. I can't blame him. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But would I do it personally?
Blame this consumer or the seller?
The consumer. You can't. Either one. Well, no. I can't blame the seller. Mm-hmm. I can't blame the seller. The consumer, I don't know what goes through their mind when they say to themselves, oh, I'm gonna purchase a pair of shoes. What goes through the consumer mind to buy these pair of shoes for $3,000? Is it, am I buying this to say, all right, this is gonna be worth some money, or maybe I can get somebody to buy it from me for $6,000? You know what I'm saying? Or what goes through the consumer mind when they're purchasing something like this?
I'm pretty sure it's the exclusivity and resale value, because once this hype takes off, I'm pretty sure that same $3,000 shoes, they're not going to be wearing it. They're going to sit on it and they're going to resell it, you know what I'm saying, at another point where, you know, they're going to put it on. What's that website that they have now at Wale endorses?
Some StockX or some
StockX
shit?
And all that shit, yeah.
So do you think that these 12 people, if it's only 12 pairs that he made, if these 12 people are only resellers that bought this, or do you think that these are religious folks that might have purchased
resellers? Definitely resellers. $3,000 religious folks. I don't see them going that far with $3,000, and for it to hit the market like that, and religious people happen to hear about it. Nah, I don't think so.
Got you. So you think it's a resale situation?
It's a resale thing, and I don't think I would have ever heard about this had it not been for what he included in it. It's holy water from the River Jordan, and he put it in there, and it's Nike shoes, because You know what I mean? Nike could have stepped in like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you ain't authorized to use our merch like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're cool with that. You know what I'm saying? They like that niche market that keeps their name and legacy going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's all so purposely for capitalism reason on both halves, both for the seller and for the consumer. I think the seller benefits that his or her name is out there now, and you know they could pull off another stunt or you know collaborate with a brand like Nike and do more things of that sort, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, even so, like I guess when you say you don't think that a religious person would actually put together the money or whatever the case is to buy something like this or whatever, like
that's something they would invest their time into.
Okay.
Being the one.
That's fair.
The one of 12, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Even I guess that kind of for some reason it kind of brought to me, and I know I spoke to you about it earlier, the whole rhythm and flow situation. So we know Chance the Rapper is I guess I don't want to call him a Christian rapper, but he's a rapper of the Christian faith.
Yeah.
So like when I was watching the series, there was an episode on there where this guy had recorded a project, or he recorded a video. The song was actually pretty dope. The video was pretty dope too. He recorded inside the church, and the reason why he recorded in the church is he said, you know, his faith and this, that, and the third, and da da da. His mom brought him up a certain way, X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah. So like, Chance gravitated toward the song right away because this dude said that he has faith in God and blah blah blah. Also because he recorded the song in the church and this, that, and the third, and he was like, yo, I'm really, really digging this song because of this, and you know, you gotta remember that as a rapper of Christian faith, you know, da da da. And he was giving this dude all kind of pointers and blah 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 blah. But earlier on in the show, there was a dude that like he had like some kind of, I don't want to say satanic imagery, but it was like a lot of gimmicky type shit. Like the dude had a fucking chain around his neck with like a baby head on it, and he was rapping like about a whole bunch of dark shit and whatever. And Chance was like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I think that going back to this whole shoe situation, I think that there's certain people that look at this and like they're all for it.
It's all biased, man.
Like they're all for it off the bat, really not knowing the full story or whatever the case. Really? Yeah. This is where the holy water came from, and
just like
you got the scripture on the
pastors
side.
out here eating pussy, bro. Like, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
People are easily fooled, bro. That's what I'm. That's what I'm saying.
I don't feel. I feel like we gotta stop investing in man and just, you know what I'm saying, investing in, you know what I'm saying, what you feel, what's talk to your spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like if somebody's expressing their artistic creativity and it's look like demonic images, then you know what I'm saying, so be it. Because the really and the truth is, and all that, I don't believe none of us know what demons look like. Let's say, you know what I'm saying, let's say for those that, you know what I mean, accept God and accept heaven, accept hell, like we have these drawings and movie images of an angel and a demon and devil and Jesus on the cross and all this things and da 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 da, and our minds are programmed to believe that these are demonic and da 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 da. And it's like it's implied that pink is a girl's color and you know, blue is a boy color. You gotta. There's a lot of deprogramming we have to do.
Oh, definitely.
So that's why sometimes, the whole homophobic, or not the homophobic, the LGBT community movement, sometimes, in a way, I be understanding it. Yeah. Sometimes I be thinking like, oh, that's too far, though. But like, I understand the deprogramming of man, because a lot of things, I think we just kind of said it's this, and therefore it is. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I agree with that.
We got to be careful with our biases, man, and go off what, you know what I'm saying, our souls speak to and what touches us and, you know what I'm saying, what moves us and what inspires us, man. And that's what we got to focus on.
True.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
whether or not one was rapping about Christian stuff, he could just straight suck. And the other one rapping about devil stuff, but he has the creative edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Chance, you could say the same thing about him. Like he started off with the bullshit, drugs and all that shit, fucking girls and all that shit. So if you want to say that's devil's content too, brother.
I mean, he still got devil's content on his new album.
Yeah,
so, whatever.
So stop preaching that nice, colorful shit. But I mean, speaking on the show though, I'm like that shit lost me like the first episode, man.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't like the this is not scripted, but obviously it's scripted as fuck kind of way they went about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the I just happen to be in fucking California. Let me just go in the studio with Snoop Dogg. We gonna talk it up about what I'm out here to do. I'm out here to look for artists. Okay, so that's the kind of artist you're looking for. All right, I got you, baby. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck? Why do you have to do this?
Yeah.
If anything, like, you know what I'm saying, focus less on the fucking entertainer who's already an entertainer. Yeah, of course, their imagery draws to the fucking to the show, to the program. Me, I wasn't even gonna watch it until I seen Royce the 5'9", one of the fucking I was like, oh, Royce is in this somewhere? All right, I can't wait to see Royce the 5'9" and hear his commentary on a rapper. And conceptually, I like shows like that. The only reason why I don't trust it is because, like, who are the people that gets the invite to these shows, right?
Exactly.
So where does it go out to? How do you get that invite? You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of dope motherfuckers out there. There's a lot of people that could really put up some competition and you know what I'm saying, create some really thick, you know what I'm saying, television content. But they always seem to go for the most colorful of simplistic shit. You know what I'm saying? I agree. So I just don't never really trust it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I seen the first couple performers. They didn't even much make the stage, and you know what I mean, when Cardi B and everybody was sitting on stage. Like, it didn't feel like, you said, like you was hoping it wasn't a fake American Idol. I was almost hoping it would be. I mean, that's because I feel like give it the magnitude. Give it the magnitude it deserves. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the blueprint. That's the blueprint that they use. They use the blueprint of American Idol, and they just transformed it into it. So basically, what this program is, it's American Idol with cursing. Yeah, it's American Idol with people who and then is really struggling, and they come from the hood, and they come from these areas, and da 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 da. Like that's all it is.
And why do I still cringe every time Cardi B talks?
Yeah, she kind of, she's a caricature. Yeah, she is.
She's like, every time everybody else gave their comment on the performance, I'm like, she probably wouldn't even hear when he was performing.
Yeah, and how many episodes you watch?
Yeah, one.
Yeah, it's like that every fucking episode that she's. Hey,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't even there when you're performing, bro. Like, she was somewhere else. Oh, I gotta talk now. Yeah. Like.
It does come across like that.
Yeah, I just drank like mad bottles. I like I'm just trying to hold it together. You know what I mean? It just comes off like that. I'm like, like, and you're the face of this shit? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, why they showing us T.I. driving around in a Lamborghini? All right, you know what? I don't know about this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot of
conceptually, I like it, but I just feel like they need to maybe focus more on the actual contestants, and also
they do. I don't.
Right. I see they do the storylines from the contestants, but like let's get more authentic contestants, man. Like, let's not get the stereotypical New York chick or the stereotypical Florida dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody looks like a caricature of themselves that they're performing to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Except for your
I just think that overall this it doesn't work, bro. I feel like at the end of the day it does not work. I feel like it's all manufactured. I feel like you're manufacturing fans for these people. Like, I'm watching the show and I'm like, oh, I want this person to win. I want that person to win. I like this person. It's not necessarily that you think this person is the dopest out of all of them. Like, as I'm watching it, I know who I want to win. As I'm watching it, I know who I think that has the star quality that everybody's looking for. And if that person doesn't win, I'd be hella fucking surprised. And that was from the first time. It's a chick that's on there. From the first time I saw this chick on there, I was like, okay, this chick is going to win the competition. Because I feel like I have a finger on the pulse of what people want to see and all that shit. And looking at the people that they chose, I was just kind of like...
So did the chick win?
The final episode hasn't appeared yet.
Oh, okay.
So next week... So what they do is they put the show out in 4 episode increments. So this one Wednesday, 4 episodes drop. Then the next Wednesday, another 4 episodes drop. And then now this Wednesday, the last 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So the winner hasn't been chosen yet, but I feel like I already know who's going to win the competition because, one, the chick is dope. You know what I'm saying? The shorty on there, she's dope. And I feel like that's what people is looking for. And I feel like she's going to win the competition. If she doesn't win, out of the people that's are left, the people that's left so far, it doesn't make any sense to choose anyone but this person.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna watch it, so you could just blow it all up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's cool.
No,
it's
I like
entertaining.
seeing, like you just showed me. You know
it's
what I mean?
entertaining.
Smack was on there. Smack was hosting it. I'm like, oh man, like yo, battle rap. You know what I mean? It's come far, man, and they've been incorporating different things. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the BET battle, they did the live battles on stage.
Oh no, the BET Awards.
Yeah, 1 round battles. You know what I'm saying? With 3 different.
So okay, so even with that, do you think that the battle rappers? Because I watched that shit and DNA won, right?
Yeah.
So they had DNA versus who he went around. He went against Geechee Gotti the first round,
yeah.
And then he went in the final. He went against the other fat dude. What's his name?
It wasn't T-Top.
T-Top.
No, Geechee Gotti is who he had in the last round.
No, Geechee Gotti had the first round.
Oh, he did. Okay, yeah.
So I think he went against. Was it T-Top? That was his name?
No, it wasn't. Is it T-Top? The that calls himself the Bear. I think that is T-Top.
I don't think it was T-Top, but whoever.
From North Carolina. North Carolina. You know.
That was T-Top?
Yeah, T-Top.
Okay, so he went against T-Top second round, and he won the thing. So T-Top went against Shotgun Suge the first time, and then DNA the second round. When you was watching that, as a person who writes rhymes, as you as a person who understands battle culture, as you as a understand the culture as a whole, what did you know before you even start? You even saw them start to rap.
What did I know?
That would get somebody. What did you know that would get somebody to the final round?
Oh, they gotta speak on what's the audience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like when I was watching it, I was just like,
current event like a motherfucker.
Exactly, and that's what DNA did.
Yeah,
and I think DNA recognized. Yes.
I was clapping all the way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like,
yes. He recognized.
And I was
that.
like, you're the only one that could not that because they all did. They all kind of did. Because Geechee did, but then DNA already used the bar, so it really took a lot of the sting out of what Geechee did because he did use like the big rich town shit,
the snitch nine shit,
snitch nine shit. Yeah. So they
DNA just did a little bit better.
He did it a little bit better, and his way is actually gimmicky, but nobody does it. Super gimmicky. Nobody does it better than DNA. And the thing about DNA is his is gimmicky, but he could do it off the fly too.
Yes.
So he could actually freestyle that shit.
So and the thing is that I was watching it with the wife, and I was saying the same thing to her. I was like, listen, I said this dude, he knows how to play the crowd on a grander scale. If we're talking about a crowd that's into battle rap, that really, really listen to the lyrics and blah, blah, then you can go on stage and do those gun bars and you know what I mean? I was in the streets and all that shit and whatever. But the average person don't know about that shit. So basically, no, I was saying it to her when it came to the battle raps in Rhythm and Flow. So I was saying to her like, yo, all you have to do is say some shit like, yo, you ain't got another chance, but I'm not the rapper. Da da da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make something with T.I. name in it and Cardi B name in it and something with the judges or something that's really, really known on a grand scale and kind of incorporate that in your diss. And then you're going to get the crowd on your side.
Yeah.
Because the crowd is not really in the tune with battle rap and the schemes and
right. So
coming up with different flows and all that
that's
shit.
what I was saying about even with rhythm and flow, and that'd be the most interesting part of the show that I would kind of watch if I was gonna watch for. Is I've always asked myself, like, do people know a good thing when they hear it the first time, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is like they often, it seems like they go up there and they perform their own original raps to an original beat, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, our rhythm and flow, it is a generic beat. I don't think it's their beat specifically, but
everybody's on the same beat.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Initially, no. When he did a battle rap,
okay, but on the battle rap, but I'm talking about performance to get to the final.
No, everybody had their own beat.
Everybody had their own beat, their own song, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in all the songs that you have ever recorded, what song from your arsenal would you pick and say this one is gonna get somebody the first time they hear it? Never heard dub before in their life. Yeah. Don't know what you about.
Yeah.
This is gonna stick to your ribs. This is gonna bring you in. How do you do that?
Personally, I would have to create something. I would have to create something specifically for that show. I don't think that there's any song in my arsenal that I would perform on that show, right? Like, say, if I said, all right, if I had an agent or whatever, and I say, yo, let me try to get on this show and blah, 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 blah. I don't think that there's any song that I have in my arsenal right now that I would perform for that show.
Why is that?
Because I'm not now's artist. I'm not the artist of now where either you got to be kind of singing and rapping or it got to be something that's super duper catchy and all that stuff. I think that there's a formula now that people are looking for that will catch you.
So if you were approached to join one of these shows today, would you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, and if you were approached to join one of these shows today, are you telling me you're gonna make a now song?
I would make a now song for me. I wouldn't make a now song that's sounding like, yo, this nigga is out here fucking fronting and trying to do some shit. It would be like a blend of now and myself.
I feel like we always know it when we hear it. Like that ain't that person though.
True, but I think that, for example, like it's some people that knows how to do it and there's other people that don't. Like Jadakiss, for example, I think he doesn't know how to do it. Yeah. I think that when I listen to Jadakiss music, it's just like, yo, dude, nah. And I feel like when I listen to his albums, I'm like, dude, just make a fucking Jadakiss album. Stop trying to incorporate this, that, and the third and whatever. Like, I think that there's ways to do it. I'm trying to think of an example that I can give. Even Snoop Dogg, for example, when he came out with Sexual Seduction, to me, that was Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
But that song wasn't then. That wasn't now.
It wasn't now.
It was left field. It's kind of like CeeLo's Maybe I'm Crazy. Like it's not necessarily. That's not necessarily in your lane, but you did it and nobody else did that. So it felt right. Yeah. So it's ways to do it, man. And I feel like, again, if I was contacted to get on that show, I would come up with something creative, but me still. Like, it wouldn't be like, yo, this nigga he's trying to rap on trap beats, or he trying to do this, or then auto-tune or whatever. As a friend that loves you dearly, bro, I'll say you lose, because the reason why is because you're supposed to feel like you have that song right now. You're supposed to make every song in that vein. Like, all right, this is how I'm trying to make a song. Like, I'm trying to make a song in the vein of something that I'm proud of that represents me every time, every song I go out and I put out. So for you to say I'm gonna try to construct a song that fits this situation, I feel like you failed already. No, and the reason why I disagree is because there's a dude on the show right now by the name of Flawless Real Talk, and if you listen to this dude,
That was the dude that I showed you the battle of. If you listen to this dude and you listen to his songs, it's just like, yo, this dude can rap. I can tell that this dude has been doing this for years. He know how to memorize his lines. He know his cadences. He know all that, da-da-da-da. But when you listen to the music, it's just like, yo, your shit sound dated, bro. You sound like you in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You can sound like you've been in the 90s. That's fine. But it has to build. And it kind of goes along with, like I was talking to you about the whole Griselda and them cats. They music sound like 90s music. But they've been building for a certain amount of time. Oh, okay. So it's not like, okay, I'm introducing you to this new artist and let you make a song for him, because we got to realize that this is a program, right? Yeah. And it's entertainment based, and you know, mostly young people is gonna be watching. It ain't like a whole bunch of old school hip hop heads gonna be watching this shit, and we talking to people that's now consuming music and whatever. So when you watching it, you got to create music for them. And I feel like I would be able to create music for them, but it'll still be me at the same time. But as I'm watching the show, you could tell that certain people are on there and they're creating music and it's not them, and they're totally trying to be for the people of now.
I just feel like, man, when it's real, you can feel it, man. Just like, you know, when J. Cole made, you know what I'm saying, False Prophet, like, yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that song didn't make any album cuts, whatever. It was just like something like a throwaway EP or some shit like that.
False Prophets. Yeah. I think it was on. It wasn't on. For Your Eyes Only.
Was it?
I think it was. I think it was on For Your Eyes Only.
Like a song like that, man. It just there's a certain level of authenticity in there where it's like, how do you say that word? Authenticity. I always fuck that word up. But there's a certain level of that in there where it's like, you know what, man? It's still like, he's from North Carolina, spent some time in New York. At the time, the bounce changed in music, but he was just saying some from the heart stuff that everybody could relate to as being the truth. Yes. So it's what I'm saying is, like, if you're speaking in the truth, it doesn't matter what age or whatever it is, people can relate. You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to remember
that's the first piece you have to go for is like the relatability.
But you also have to remember that J. Cole has a name, and he's had a name for quite some time now. So he was able to do something like that now, a couple albums into his career.
But what I'm saying, I think he's like he said, man, middle child. I think he's bridged the gap the best. Because right now, I mean, you ask a young cat, you know what I'm saying, about Jay-Z, they say he sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you ask him about Cole, they'll give him a pass. They'll be like, yeah, man, I fuck with Cole.
Yeah.
So he's definitely bridged the gap between what's considered an old rapper and a new rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
He still falls in everybody's top 5 of now.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
and that's because he can kind of do both. He could do the same that like he can come up with that fucking sing-songy type flow that people, because Styles P to me said it the best. I forgot what program it was that I watched him on, and he was just talking about, he was like, yo, it's the same shit, but the bop is different. He was like, the new kids, the bop is just kind of like, it's a faster bop. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But for the new kids, just it's still but it's just a shorter
but that's what music has always been about, man. The what they call it, on the 1 or on the 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, who invented on the 1? Who invented on the 2? Because, you know what I'm saying? That, like, you know, was it
like I was watching the episode of this shit, and it was this dude, I forgot his name. I wish I knew his name. He was on the competition, and when I say killer, this nigga was fucking trash, bro. Straight garbage. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this bullshit? And this nigga, he was just on there talking about, oh, it's my time, or something like that. And it was repetitive as shit. And my daughter was listening to it, and she was just like, yo, that shit is fire. And I was just like, what? This fire?
Yeah.
She was like, oh, it was real catchy and blah. I was like, yo, that was fucking trash.
He's on that bop.
And he made it to the next level.
Oh, because
he forgot his rhymes. Mm-hmm. He forgot everything, and it was just like awesome. I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow. I'm about to blow. I'm the next to blow. Like something in that variation. Yeah. But he just said it in a way where I guess it was catchy or whatever. And she was like, oh, that's what people listen to nowadays. Because Chance the Rapper saw it and he was just like, yo, I don't know what it is about this guy. He was like, yo, I gotta let him through to the next round. Mm. He was like, yo, like Chance knew that shit was trash, but he was like, yo, I gotta let him gotta bring him to the next round.
Because they had the commentators in here like, oh yeah, the kids like this shit. Chance, you gotta give him a pass.
Like I said, my daughter was watching. She was like, oh, it's like, oh, yeah, that was catchy. Like that's what I would listen to that. Like that's fucking trash, bro.
But funny, man. But yeah, man, y'all check out the series.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, man. Yeah. Especially as a old hip hop head as myself.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but fucking Keisha gonna peel back her homegirl's wig back. Fucked up, man. She should let Tommy kill it, but whatever.
You know, Power getting cut by Comcast.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So the episode that's supposed to come out Sunday, I don't think it's gonna air.
I think they're doing 2 weeks out or some shit like that.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're doing 2 weeks out and air the next 2 episodes, and they're gonna have that's a mid-season finale.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're not gonna edit. They're not gonna air this Sunday or I think next Sunday either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they having some kind of contract negotiations, some shit with Stars. So don't expect Power. Supposedly this weekend, 50 Cent put it on his Instagram. Yeah. Don't expect it and all of that. But I get they going through it, man. Fucking negotiations. Everybody trying to have their own streaming platform and subscribe to me and subscribe to this and blah 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 blah. That's where we headed right now, where it's a whole bunch of fucking scattered ass entertainment.
How much is your cable bill?
My cable bill right now, I believe, is like at least $150.
And that's with internet and everything included.
Internet and everything included, and I don't think I have any movie channels right now.
Yeah, mine's about the same. The same. So if we X'd out cable and pay like $10.99, does that work out the same way?
I think it pretty much does. I think it does. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you need internet.
Yeah, I'm saying you could get internet without cable.
I try. As you say that, I need to have a call. I need to call them this weekend, and I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to get internet without cable because, dude, I be at home at the crib and I don't be watching no fucking TV. Yeah. Like everything. You know what I mean? Niggas got the fucking whatchamacallit, Fire Stick and this that and da 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 and YouTube. Everything be on fucking YouTube. Man, I ain't fucking. Yeah, you watch no damn TV, bro.
Yeah, the only thing I watch is like football, and you could still get that on your antenna. So
yeah, give me the local channels, give me a couple of ESPNs, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, and I got the internet. I'll just surf the rest of the way, man.
Yeah.
And I watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. All right, man. We took enough of y'all ears, man.
For real.
Love y'all, people.
Bootleg Cable Podcast.
Can't spell that.
Something wrong with your ass.
And yes, bootleg.
Ain't nothing fake about it.
Man, we out.
Peace.
Double killer, bringing flavor to you. Deliver heat each week like it was catered to you. If it's real, best believe we gon' relay it to you. If it ain't the truth, I guarantee we ain't gon' say it to you. We use mics like girls use dildos. We gon' keep it coming till it's pouring.